of those things that you just don't think that it's real. It's like too much.
I was back in Vermont, I think, when I heard about Andy and his family and what was going on.
And I remember just, stopping right there and praying for him.
I met Finch's dad quite a few times. I knew him, and I just couldn't believe it.
I didn't really know what was going on, when it was happening.
His dad was in custody at that point. He was like, being held in the hospital. Nobody will probably ever understand what happened in Cliff's head, what happened.
He's in extremely critical condition.
Well, starting about this time a year ago, there was just some heavy stuff going on in my family. My dad was acting really strange. Each day I'd get a new phone call like, my dad did this, and it'd be just a little bit worse than what he did the day before. And it came down to a point where we were just trying to get him help. Nothing we could do, it was just a downhill spiral. I knew in my heart it was gonna end up badly. The high-speed chase was on the news, and the police tried to pull him over. He didn't pull over. They took him out at the rear end, put him into a ditch. When they approached his car, he fired twice, and that brought on 18 rounds fired at him. 7 hit him, 3 in the head. He died like 5 times right there on the spot. The police revived him, and all I kept praying was, God, just keep him alive long enough for me to see him one more time. My dad still has his charges that he faces, not to mention the hurts that were done. When my dad was off his rocker, basically, he did a lot of hurtful things, and wounds take time to heal. There's no anger, there's sadness. This trip to Argentina has definitely given me time to think about it.
There's no way to say, how I or anyone else would go through that situation without going through it.
It's only by my faith in God that I've gotten through this year. It's faith alone. Maybe I'm keeping it too simple, but...
Circumstances, life happens. Andy and his family, they really didn't let circumstances control what they believed.
My life is in God's hands. Really, you have no choice but to surrender. It's too much for any human being to deal with. And I had faith that there was a plan.
Hope's everything. It's awesome. It means the Lord's with me, and He's working everything out for the greater good.
I think it just really gave Andy some solid foundation in knowing that there was some people around the world that really cared about him. Not just as Andy Finch, pro snowboard Olympic athlete, but Andy, a brother of ours in Christ.
For me, it's like I don't have my act together and I blow it every day. Jesus came that it would be okay if we blew it.
Been an incredible journey, incredible ride, and I can't wait to see what God has for me in the future. How could you know that God was going to have a plan this perfect? There'll be a glorious moment at the end of this where they'll look back and just be blown away. I know it.